This episode of RezX is brought to you by Sega, the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority.
Welcome to RezX, an Indigenous lifestyle show for everyone. I'm your host, Erin Goodpipe, and today we have an extra special co-host. His name is Ben Ironstand, aka my permanent snag. Ben is my fiance. Yeah.
That's right. She's all mine.
You're bad. So Ben's trying to, I don't know how you guys feel about me being called Erin Ironstand, but yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about being on the show?
I feel great, really excited, happy to be here, especially besides you. It's been super cool to watch the show and follow it, and especially follow you and watch you grow. Super cool.
So have I grown since? Have you seen any change since I started?
Yeah, a lot, really. Yeah, you should have seen behind the scenes before. You've come a long way.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, anyways, he's being really nice, guys. We have a really awesome lineup for the show, so please stay with us and check it out. RezX is sponsored by Sega, the Saskatchewan Indian Gaming Authority. Let's check out some of the amazing things that Sega is up to in the community.
Since I've started here, Sega has been amazing. It was the first summer I was here. We had no funding for our summer programs, and there was nothing, and it was just like, oh no. And Sega just jumped up. We got this. We got you. What do you need? They know what we do here. They know why we do it. And so it's moments like that where they always have been there for us that makes that partnership just so integral.
Hey guys, so this summer I'm taking the Indian Communication Arts Summer Institute at the First Nations University of Canada, which is a 6-week boot camp in journalism. I'm learning lots and lots of awesome stuff. Let's catch up with some of the students and instructors. Hey guys, this is Erin Goodpipe, and I'm here at the First Nations University of Canada, where I am taking the Inca Summer Program, also known as the Indian Communication Arts Program. Why don't we go to the classroom and check out what everybody's up to?
Maybe time right here. We're all taking one major story, and now I think everyone has one.
It's going to be, it's going to be a totally different focus, right? It's not going to be about Shelley, the alumnus. She's going to be about Shelley who came here because of her mom and then encouraged her.
Hi guys, it's Erin Goodpipe here, your host, and I'm here with Shannon Avison, who is the coordinator of the Indian Communication Arts Program. Did you want to tell us a little bit about your role?
I'm really the coordinator. I think the Summer Institute, which we're doing right now, is really the heart of the program. And I firmly believe that to learn journalism, you should learn it from journalists. And so my role really is coordinator. I basically bring in professional Aboriginal journalists, everybody from Betty Ann Adam, who we had last week, to Merelda Fiddler, to John Lejeune, Mervyn Brass will be with us. Nelson Bird is bringing an entire crew from CTV over. So so the students are learning from people that work every day in a newsroom, which I think is really important.
Well, my experience here has been really great so far. I've met a lot of amazing people, from different parts, some from Ontario even. So it's just really great to bring together other people who share the same interests as me, which is journalism.
And then also, what do you hope to get out of the program?
More knowledge, experience. We are getting some amazing teachers coming in who, have been through the Inca program. So it's really great to see them come back and just share everything that they've learned so far throughout their careers.
How has your experience been here so far in the Inca program?
Great, a really amazing group of people. It's nice to have a real hands-on learning experience. Even just having guest instructors like Betty Ann and Judy Bird and John Lejeune and Mervyn Brass, hopefully soon. It's just being able to learn about journalism. I've learned more about print journalism, especially article writing, and not trying to break free from essay writing, so to speak. So it's really interesting. I really like it.
I
I have been working with Shannon Avison to put on the Summer Journalism Institute ever since 2000, actually. I started with Mervyn Brass. It was 1999-2000, and I was just like fresh out of school, and so I was just kind of helping out with Merv, and we were over at the journalism school, and we were doing some things there. And then in 2002, Shannon and I started doing it just together and doing the whole 7 weeks. And so we were really looking at how do you take a program that a lot of students do in several years and condense it down to like a taste tester, right? So we always call it, it's like you get to sample a little bit of everything that the industry has to offer in 7 weeks. And it's a bit of a boot camp because, of course, you've got a lot of stories to work on, a lot of different formats to learn, and a lot of different things to do. And so, of course, we have been working on just all of the things that are involved in that.
One of the students, when we did our roundtable earlier today, said, you know, when he started doing the interview, he felt more confident and more professional because they're taking on, they are journalists, and they've been taught ethics, and they know how to do this properly. And so, you know, they need to just think of themselves as professionals and uphold that standard of professionalism, which means telling the whole story, really searching out all the information related to a story, not, you know, understanding your own biases. So if you know you're biased about something, that you at least are honest with yourself and then honest with your readers or your listeners too. So yeah, I can't even remember what the question was. Was that?
Nope. You answered it perfectly.
Oh, good, okay.
No, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Shannon, and thank you for coordinating the Inca program.
Yeah, my pleasure. Great, thanks.
Every year, North Central and Regina host the annual Smudge Walk, where community members come out to smudge the streets in a good way. RezX was there. Erin Goodpipe, and I'm here at the Smudge Walk. I'm also with Trina Amiot, who is one of the organizing members of the committee. Trina, did you want to just tell me, what does the Smudge Walk mean to you?
I think Smudge Walk is it's a community event that I'm just happy to be part of. It's great to be part of an event like this where we see so many people from not only from North Central but from other parts of the community. We see corporate organizations wanting to come out and get involved and just support North Central. It's just great to be part of something positive, and everybody's here because it's such a positive event for this community. It's just been great.
Walk mean for you?
Well, I didn't grow up in this particular area in North Central here, but I have lots of family members that do, and I work at SAS Polytech, and so we have lots of students here, and so we brought some students, and they carried our banner, and I think it's extremely important. It's very empowering to reclaim the neighborhood, to be out and to be proud and to be healthy and do it in a good way, and kind of have that cleanse. And it was amazing the amount of people that were coming out of their houses and waving, and then they went by the other schools, and the kids were all there waving and stuff, and I think it's really empowering for that.
Hey guys, this is Erin. I'm at the Smudge Walk with Chief Bobby Cameron, Chief of the FSIN. Did you want to tell me a little bit about your involvement here at the Smudge Walk?
Our involvement at the FSIN is to continue to walk beside, support, and assist any way we can from our end, and certainly being part of this day of celebration, day of healing, day of reconciliation, is one of the items that we at the FSIN will always stand beside. It's a day of healing. I mean, you look at the different age groups here, the diversity of the people here today, all walks of life. We come here to be part of the reconciliation. Today was a great day. We look at the numbers. We began with a pipe ceremony. We had the mayor, we had different officials, Chief Mike Adjacute and Chief Cadmus, but more importantly, the grassroots people who we all represent, and it's them that we look forward to working for and healing with.
So Ben, how are you enjoying the show?
Oh, it's great. It's been awesome. Yeah, no complaints.
Yeah.
The Sega mug is pretty great too.
So are these shirts. Thank you, Sega, for sponsoring us this season. Yeah. So we got lots coming up for you guys. We're just going to enjoy ourselves here. We'll be right back.
This initiative, First Nations Provincial Spelling Bee, is taking it to a whole new level. It's a greater awareness going to our First Nation schools that the spelling bees are out there.
And you're gonna try your?
I approached some of the staff and I said, do you want to have a school spelling bee? And they came on and said, yeah, let's have it.
And the only sponsors that gave us the opportunity to have this spelling bee.
First ever First Nations Provincial Spelling Bee.
Within a month or so, or a few months, some staff were suggesting, why don't we invite the other schools? All the other First Nation schools from Saskatchewan. Sega, as a sponsor, truly is a treasure. They said, we share your vision. We share your dream. We'd like to be a part of it.
We're only working with winners. And so all we're asking the students to do is to try their best.
Boys with Braids is a campaign that was started by Michael Linklater. It encourages boys to be proud of their hair. Let's learn about the spirituality behind hair.
Back to the sacredness. As a child grows older into an adolescence, this is the time for men, and young women to go and seek counsel from Gidea, from elders, from knowledge keepers. Make that effort for them. Go with them so you learn too. Check it out.
My name is Dion Tatusis. I'm from Poundmaker Cree Nation. I work for the Saskatchewan Indian Cultural Center as a cultural advisor. Well, this event, they've had the organizers, the University of Regina, through the College of Education, had asked me to come bring some cultural knowledge that has everything to do with the sacredness of braids, and to bring a little bit about the history and the politics behind it as well. And but more along the lines, I came here to encourage the parents and to give them some knowledge, and hopefully they can find a sense of empowerment through that. See, in the past few decades, ceremony has become an option, and it's been watered down in some communities, and has even been forgotten. And then that doesn't speak well and doesn't bode well for our languages, which are currently in crisis. So when you look at our state of society today, especially with our men, there's many men there that choose to cut their hair and don't honor the ancestral ways, the traditional teachings, because they haven't grown up that way, or they haven't grown up with that role model in their families, and it's perfectly natural to have that lifestyle. But there's others that take the ancestors really seriously, and all the suffering that they went through so that we could have this life. Especially the ones that negotiated treaty, that suffered under the Indian Act with the pass system, that survived Indian residential schools, that survived the foster care system, and that have lost critical family members, through missing and murdered Indigenous women, and all the while here we have still maintained our cultural identity and the traditional teachings of the braid, but we need to work harder, and we got to stop working in isolation. We must work hard together, share resources, make time, and like I said, make ceremony a priority.
Your left hand, put your left hand in the air. Give someone a high five beside you. All right. Okay, pretend there's a pencil in your belly button and spell your name. All right, you can sit down. I seen someone trying to dot their eye.
He's getting warmed up. Yeah. Let's go back.
Why do you think it's important to wear a braid?
Because long time ago, the Indians used to have long hair, and girls.
You know, you're a relative of the late Gordon Tutus. Do you feel like you're continuing on his legacy in some sense? You know, being in movies and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna start being like him. When he worked all on me, when he been on all those movies.
Please help me find my way.
The message of this event is to stop the shaming. It ends here, and the awareness begins, the knowledge begins, the education begins, the working together begins when the shaming ends. The shaming has gone on too far. It's 2016. We got to learn how to embrace the current Indigenous renaissance that we're in and really capitalize on opportunities like Boys with Braids, and other events like this, to sharing our wisdom, communicating effectively, putting aside old rivalries and petty insults and petty disagreements and these things that we argue each other with. Stop the shaming and let's start working together and preserve this knowledge, this sacred knowledge that begins and ends with our hair and our braids.
More RezX coming at ya.
Sega contributes to community development corporations, which in turn invest in local communities. We had to put in new digital mammography equipment. It detects some cancers earlier. We doubled the capacity of the dialysis program. Sega helps us to change lives.
I used to drive to Regina 3 times a week, and now I get to stay with my family, and it's changed my life for the better.
Welcome back. For this week's weekly podcast discussion, Chris Ross sat down with future journalists to discuss their experience with the Indian Communication Arts program.
Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Chris Ross of RezX here, and this is the RezX podcast. And today on the show, we are talking about some of our RezX members' experience taking the Inca program, but we're also talking about the importance of Indigenous storytelling in journalism, why it's important for us to tell our stories as well. So, but first I want to turn the mic over to Erin, our co-host, Erin Goodpipe of the show, who's actually taking the Inca Summer Institute right now. So could you tell me, it's been about a month, almost a month, I'd say. Could you tell me about your experience so far?
Well, Inca, at first, Shannon Avison approached me because she thought, it'd be good to compliment for RezX, right? So I agreed, and then my work agreed to, pay for that and stuff. So that was good. And then I came in and I didn't know what the heck I was getting myself into. And right away, our instructor was Meralda Fiddler, who works for CBC. And she is, crack the whip on you. And it's a fast-paced industry where you get your assignments and you go and do it. And if you don't do it, then your job's not getting done. So right away, that really kind of woke me up to, wow, this industry is it's tough, and you gotta go. You gotta really put yourself out there.
Fantastic. That's fantastic, Erin. Chris, you were in Inca as well, weren't you? Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Well, the first year I took it just as a volunteer. You know, I wanted to just see what it was all about. So I loaned my time, 6 weeks just to do it, because I got, Shannon Everson helped me a little bit. She gave me a little bit of funding to to get through the course, right? So just to take it, just to see what I liked about it, and if I wanted to pursue it in the fall. So I did. So I went back in that fall. I took the course, and then come spring, summertime, I took it again, and this time for credits, right? I didn't fail. but I took it for credits, and the second time that I took it, they did a TV show, and we got to vote and choose who was going to be the producer, right, or the director. And then my classmates voted for me to be the director. So it was a really cool experience and we did in green screen. So we actually did our own TV show, and I think that's a lot of where I had some of my firsthand experience in TV came from, as far as what I'm doing here at RezX. It was that moment there.
I was thinking about this idea of telling stories and how important it is for Indigenous people to be involved in communications and in media. What are your thoughts a little bit about the stories that, the importance of the stories that we have to tell? How about you, Ben?
I think back to this class I had with Bridget Keating. It was contemporary issues in Indigenous. It was Indigenous Studies class, contemporary issues, and we were reading this book, Visions of the Heart, and one of the chapters was all about media and the importance of having Indigenous people having their own voice and representation in the media. And I think what I learned from that class and what I've seen and kind of come to think is with mainstream media, it's a lot of times some of the news that they represent is really bad or sad or negative, right? And it's the ugly stuff or the crises, right? And that's what seems to be the news always. And it's I think people, we as people, I'm not innocent of this, but we like to hear bad things for some reason, or that's something that people are drawn to for some reason. And so I think unfortunately, it just happens that a lot of times in news, those are the stories that are the really big stories that get a lot of the attention, right? Something like RezX that highlights the positive things we're doing, right? Like moving forward and the businesses, right? And the artists, I think it's really great.
This week's music performance features a music video by Supaman titled Why on his upcoming album titled Illuminatives. Let's jam out.
One man rich and another man poor. Why we ain't satisfied? Why we gotta have more? Why your suicide rates on the rest so high? Why I tell you the truth, but you say don't lie? Why is being a good father at an all-time low? Why is it acceptable? Yo, why I don't know. Why she blame him and he blame her? It's useless. Ask yourself this question: why you making excuses? Why do parents gotta bury their kids? Why we text and drive, not caring how scary it is? Why it's so hard to forgive and leave the past behind? And if you did, then that's divine. Why don't you help your brother when you see him fall? Why do we act like God don't see it all? Why do we call them black, them white, them Asians, and use labels? Now that's racism. I don't wanna Hawaii. Why? 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 I don't wanna Hawaii. Why is there innocent people locked up for life, while some people can't say nothing nice? Why do we always gotta question what all of it means? And why won't you follow your dreams? Tell me why, the night when you took my dad, why'd you let me see my grandpa cry? And tell me why, and why do you choose to hide, even though you was born to fly? And tell me why, and why don't we turn from all the hate? And why don't we learn from all mistakes? Why do I keep on wrecking these fat beats? And teachers don't make more than professional athletes? And why, and why, and why, and why, and why, and why? I don't wanna Hawaii. 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 I don't wanna Hawaii. Why? I don't wanna Hawaii. I don't wanna Hawaii. Why?
That was an awesome lineup for this week's RezX episode. What did you think, Ben?
I thought it was great. Boys with braids, super inspiring. Boys, grow your hair out, just like me.
Yeah, it gets the women, guys. Anyways, yeah, and I just thought like it was so nice to see Supaman's video, Supaman. He's done a really good job with the video, and I know that there was dancing on there, and the things he addresses in the video is super just empowering.
Yeah, it was great. It was empowering and it was really inspiring too. It was great to see the music and the dancing in a contemporary light like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, no kidding. And I really like that, RezX is following me at Inca. There's really lots of awesome programs in post-secondary right now that are, helping First Nations youth and Aboriginal youth, and not just Aboriginal youth, but non-Indigenous youth as well. So that's really exciting. Yeah, so how was your time here?
Oh, it was great. I enjoyed it. It was super cool. It was an honor, and it was great to be beside you up here.
No kidding. And I just think, I don't know what to think about changing the last name still. What do you think? You still trying to?
Wow.
Maybe if you give me a kiss right here.
Yeah.
Just kidding, we'll think about it. Anyways, guys, I gotta get back to homework as it's Sunday night and there's school on Monday. So see you next week.
See you.
My name is Tasha Hubbard, and I'm a filmmaker, and I'm here at the Yorkton Film Festival to premiere a short documentary that I made this past year. We started out wanting to make a film about the impact of damaging images of Indigenous women.